Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Good to see everybody. Willow, Mac, Theron. Let's put on some different music. Instead of listening to the game soundtrack, let's listen to a Nintendo game soundtrack instead. I've been doing a lot of Mario Kart World OST. What else we got? Is there some other soundtrack I would like to listen to? Like right now. Oh, Tunic. What an awesome game. Welcome in, Imp. Emotional support puppy is around here doing some emotional support gnawing on things. Yeah, let's pause the game soundtrack and play someone else's game soundtrack. How's that coming through? That's coming through all right. Yeah, that'll work. Tunic is such a good game. I would not recommend it to most people. Like, it's a very particular game. I did recommend it to my brother-in-law, who did manage to finally get through it. Tunic. Okay. So, we're working on the tutorial zone. I have determined that it's going to be probably 4 rooms long, no secrets, just straight tutorial hub. Yes, Tunic. Tunic was really an amazing experience that you just can't play it twice. Why no secrets? Because this area is meant to just give you the game mechanics and then open up the world for you to run around and explore things and talk to people. So this opening area has no one to talk to, nothing to interact with that's special. It's all very straightforward tutorial. It really was. Okay, so zone 2 here is a small jumping challenge. Can you jump on the box? And then you learn combat. Is it a hard game? I'd say, okay, there's 2 main parts of the game. The front-facing portion of the game is just kind of Dark Souls-y of here's some hard enemies and limited resources, but if you can make it through them to the next save point, then you're good and then you're back up to full and you can, take on more fights. But behind that part of the game is a completely different experience. The game is hiding a massive puzzle. The game is actually a puzzle game, disguised as a very good-looking Zelda-like, Zelda meets Dark Souls kind of game. But yeah, the puzzle is intense. Like, if you remember Dupu's recent streams of Reverie, of like having to like decipher meaning from scribbles, it's that level. Tunic was a major inspiration for Reverie, if I remember correctly. And for those that don't know about Dupu and don't know what Reverie was, Reverie is a Mario World ROM hack. And usually ROM hacks for Mario World are making the game into a really hard platforming challenge, way harder than the original game. But Reverie was weird in that there wasn't really any platforming challenge. It was all message boxes and entering codes with the D-pad, and that was it. That was the whole thing. Okay, room 3. Room 3 is the room where you're going to gain the ability to spin with your gear. I'm actually going to lock that down until you hit this cinematic. Carry a bunch of surprises around. Why not? All right. So we have... Why does this one look different? Why does this one look different from this one? This one is just a... Yeah, open anyway. Yeah, it's a static body with some cubiness to it. So I want one of these. This is droppable crate. I want to make a version of this. Actually, you know what I want to do? I just want to have crates. Because I made a new... I made some code for something called a breakable crate. And then I made a droppable crate. One that basically is affected by gravity. And let's make a new static crate. Oh. Surprises in your backpack. What up, Winter Beast? Welcome in. Welcome in. Static crate is going to be very similar to the droppable crate, except it's going to be a static body. There we go. Done. All right. So we're going to get rid of these previous static crates shortly. Yeah. Oh yeah, this. I don't know how deep this room is going to be. So really quick to show how these work. Oh wait, I'm going to have the cinematic come through, isn't it? Yeah. We get cinematic if we do that. Here we go. Let's do this. So the idea is that these crates can be affected by gravity, so that we can make some cool puzzles, and they break with a fun little effect that's pretty straightforward. Let's take this state right here and set it to 1 in our game manager. Game manager. States. Set that to 1. There we go. Now for the camera management. So we're gonna move these around a little bit here. These just kind of keep the camera from getting too close to the edge and clipping through in weird ways. That should be better. I don't know if we want to see this right now. I'm just going to turn that off. We'll find a spot for it later. There we go. So now let's have Node 3D called Static Crates. And we can start adding them in. Make sure that we're at a good position. These are designed to be exactly 1 meter. Yeah, a little bit of clipping just because of the edges being recessed a little, or the little border edges being a little bit up, but that's fine. Okay. So for now, we're just gonna figure out where to position these. So what's the puzzle here? The puzzle is you have to break some crates, but if I do something like this, so this is pretty good right here. If I have a wall like this, we need to do something. I need to make sure a lot of these are like rotated slightly or something. Okay, so if I have a wall of this, but it can't spin in the air, so the idea is somehow I'm gonna get to this point and be able to break this from another side or something, which will allow me to get higher up. Yeah, let's actually edit this slightly. I'm going to add a little extra frame here. Something like that. Does this extend enough? If I shorten it a bit, this would work. How does that look? Something like that. Need to move it out a bit and give it nice texture here. Great, great. This one is weird here on this. I want this to be its own separate texture. Oh, okay. Does that look okay? How does that look now in... Have a good walk. Going on a walk, apparently. Oh, look at that. That's bad. That's not good. Don't like that clipping. Okay, I may need to just change the size of this a little bit after all. I thought I was being all clever and crafty, but maybe not. Yeah, I'll have to recess that, and then this will need to also scoot in a bit. Scooch, scooch. I am always a clever and crafty boy. Sometimes too clever for my own good. Okay, so now we're gonna do... Collision shape is still gonna be 1 by 1 by 1. Oh, here come the lizards. Here come the lizards. So breakable crate. Well, You want a hug? Yeah, exactly. Walk and then I'll do that. Hey, what are you doing? I need that for this. That's alright. I can walk. I feel like I'm being schemed at here. I feel like there's some scheming going on. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. So what would be the best way to do this? I could just scale the whole thing down. That'd be significantly easier. No, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Actually, the planks would be fine to do that too. And that's absolutely fine to just scale those down. Right? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, honestly. There we go. Crate. Just crate. And that is still 1 by 1. Okay. So now, when we go back here, yeah, we don't get any Z fighting. These take up a full block. Love it. Okay, cool. Let's remove the gizmos while we're working on this, just to make this a little bit easier to work with. So how do we puzzle here? I mean, it's not really a puzzle. It's more of just like a big room of crates. So it's going to be that you're going to drop into an area. Let's do that. Let's drop you into an area so that you're soft locked, but then give you the ability to spin and break things. Which in turn lets you get out and return to the beginning area where you will hopefully remember that there's a breakable crate right at the start. Okay, so let's take this one, double it, have some big crates, yeah. Perfect, I like that these all sync up very nicely. And because you can break that, that lets you get up here. Well then let's make this a huge crate. Go big or go home. There we go. By breaking that. Or, better yet, move this one over, delete this one, and add a droppable crate here. This is just crates now. All right, so let's add this droppable crate in. All right. Yeah, these look slightly different, but are mostly the same. Ooh, gotta be careful with these guys because they are a little bit bigger now. Droppable crates need to be fixed. Need to look the same as the static crate. Collision, shape. Yeah, it's slightly smaller. So we need to get rid of inner and frame. And then grab inner and frame here. And that, I think, is good. Yeah, that looks good. Great. Okay, now it's flush. Okay, and by making these separate objects, it's going to make sure that we don't have a bunch of physics calculations happening all the time. So it's like, oh, then you break, and now you can get up. Simple, simple. Nice grid aligned puzzle here. Change this one to size 2. More crates. More crates. More crates. Is this jump? How hard is this jump? Let's get a good feel for the jumping distance we can get from this. No, that's easy. That's easy baby jump, right? Plenty of run up, timing, easy. Because I'm worried that people would just like be a speedrun trick. People would do that, wouldn't they? So now the question is, do we intentionally leave in a speedrun trick? If I make this jump easier, then it makes it skippable. Or, better yet, get rid of this. Don't need it. Boom. Now you can't do that, but you can do that. Well, now is this walk-offable? Did I make it so easy that you can just walk off of it? Yes. I think that's okay, though. I think that's fine. Because we're gonna do this, and now you actually have to jump. Now you have to actually jump. Get jumping, nerd. Let's add one of these in just to add some flavor, some differences and stuff. I guess this can also, we could throw one of these up here. Doesn't have to be broken, just fun to have a piece there. I'm thinking this room is going to wind up being a lot thinner than I originally planned, and that is fine. Hello, casual. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're making crates. See the beautiful. Oh, this actually does not. It shouldn't be It is possible to break that. It would be very silly to break it because it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. But I could totally see that happening. Let's use these droppable crates here so that you can break it for no reason. Good old Deltarune. I have no memory of playing Deltarune. Like, I know I played it. I streamed it. And yet, I don't remember a single thing about it. I could not tell you anything about it. I don't feel like I'm the target audience for it. Like, it's fine. Let's poke some of these up a little bit. Or all of them, why not? You better not get yourself soft locked back there. Really isn't a target audience. Video gamers. There we go, do like that. Deltarune. Willow, are you familiar with Undertale? No. Okay. Well, it's very popular with Tumblr and let's be fair, children. Undertale was a cool little idea for a game. It was an RPG, very reminiscent of Earthbound in its humor and lightheartedness. About an underground world full of monsters. And on the surface, it can play like a regular RPG with a twist, a every time you do an attack, you get a little, time the button to do damage. And then when the enemy's turn comes up, you get like a little short avoid things minigame. These are colloquially known as a bullet hell, where you've got a little cursor and you're just trying to move around and dodge the enemy's attack. And then it's your turn again, where it goes back to a menu where you select what attack you're going to use or what item you're going to use. And so on the surface, it's like, okay, yeah, cool. That's a fun little RPG idea. But the big twist that I think is what really sold a lot of people on this game, aside from the fact that Toby Fox already had quite a bit of a following before Undertale, the big twist was every monster, you don't have to fight them. You can instead choose actions that basically let you get to know the monster. And then once you have selected the right combination of actions, like, oh, you got to compliment him and then hug him or something weird. Every monster had different actions that you could choose. So it wasn't like compliment was not always an option, but for some monsters, you could choose to compliment. And some of them would like it and some wouldn't. If you select the right choices, or you figure out the right choices, then instead of killing the monster, you get the option of just extending mercy, and they're your friend, and then they just leave you alone, and you've won the battle. You don't get like experience points or anything, but that was like a major thing. Is every monster, you don't have to fight them. You can just talk it out. And what Mr. Toby Fox did very well was he had good writing. Honestly, he's got chops. He did a really good job writing the dialogue of the game and making these characters, the main characters, not every single monster, but the main characters were well thought out and had interesting stories. That at first is like very heavily played for laughs, like, haha, it's that kind of one-shot character. But no, then he takes it into an interesting direction. It's like, okay, this is actually a well-fleshed out, well-written character. Good job, Toby Fox. And yeah, it's a short game. You can beat it in a few hours. If you try to stream it, everyone will yell at you that you're playing it wrong if you dare attack any monster. But yeah, it did very well. It did some serious numbers, and the music is really good. He does a good job writing music. But people are very protective of the game. So it is tricky to talk ill about it, because you'll get in trouble with the Undertale police. Yeah, if you want to stream it, just turn off chat. Followers only, have to have been following for a month before the stream, and then you should be golden. But no, it was fine. Deltarune is, I guess, a very similar story with similar art assets, similar music, but it's a different tale, and it's being released episodically, where every chapter of the game is a few hours long, but there's a connected story. I think it's supposed to be 7 chapters at the end, and there's 4 chapters out now. So, cool ideas. Very memeable game. So let's do like this. Here's my plan. Here's my master plan, is put you in a position where, let's just get rid of this one entirely. That'd be fun, right? But replace this with a nice 2x2 cube. Love those 2x2s. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. And then also that. Yes. That's it. That's it right there. Wait. Boom. Brilliant. Treasure up there? Maybe. My current thought is that this area is not accessible again. That's my main reason for making it no secrets in this zone. Is my idea is that after you finish this area, you never come back to it. There's nothing to see. So that's why I'm hesitant about putting secrets here in this area. Put that there, put one of these here. Yeah, we're almost certainly just pulling this wall upward. Oh, I think I hear them. Hug before bed.
I'll give you a hug.
Okay. All right. I'll help you. I'll help you get into bed. All right. I will be right back. All right. Here we go. All right, chat. I'm not gonna look. You have to direct me. Onward to the finish line. How we doing? We okay back there, everybody?
Anything back here?
No goodies?
No goodies.
Oh!
Oh god, that's a
Oh
tank.
no! Oh no! Well, it's all up to you.
Alright, I got this. I'm
dead.
Totally fine.
I got card.
I am dead.
Yeah, we're all dead.
Oh my goodness. That
I'm
was
making
it.
a run for it.
Yeah.
Alright, it's up.
Oh, there's no city. We checked
looked.
high and low, but I'll go down there.
I threw him a bone.
Come on, Warden, let's
Oh!
dig!
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna get me hit for a second.
I wanted to go punch him.
Yeah, he was ready for you.
That was Camp Horizon. I love this stage. All right, Mario Maker 4.0 update. All stages are replaced with this one. Yeah, this is basically hold right. Right here. Hold right, hold jump, and you got it. Huh. Don't even need the power-ups. You can just damage boost. Alright, cool. We got it. We got our sub 30. 27 and change. Fantastic level, Mario Maker fan. Probably one of my favorite levels of yours so far. Hey! Kip with the 2 months. Thanks, buddy. Counterflog! Crit! He's already dead!
Don't overextend.
I must overextend! Alright. That's why I've got the conch! Because now I'm
See you,
practically
Gladys.
invincible. Well... You never see snails coming. They're too sneaky. They're too sneaky. Whoops. Snake is sticking in my arm. I'm afraid of it. No, it's not venomous and well behaved. I went to a place. I did some. I spent a few months abroad in Southeast Asia, and there was a place there called the Snake Temple that I went to visit. Oh! Oh! We got it. It's done forever. Alright, Hudson is now banned and can no longer... Al, what are you doing over there? Al? Buddy?
What? I'm just testing on my bowstring.
Oh, okay, okay. Be careful, you're gonna wear out the tension. It was a significant investment of time and effort. It's even the right Dobbs head proportions. The pixels are all there. Every last one, lovingly positioned. Trying not to catch that ceiling as much. Alright, that one's kind of free. That jump, so I don't need to be super worried about that one. Oh, that was much cleaner. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already hard at work. With 1.7 out less than a week, I'm already hard at work on 1.8, even though I have no ideas for new features yet. I had to. It was the theme. So yeah, Dabble Worlds 1.7 available now for free at dabbleworlds.com. Enjoy it, play it. We're gonna have level contests soon with in-game prizes. All right, here we go, guys. Final Nigh of the night. Yes! Let's go! Okay, I'm not gonna pretend to be a hype Twitch guy.
I see why it's not working. It has something to do with this right here.
Yeah, you fixed it. Good.
On my own.
Wow. I've just found a new power.
Just take things from my inventory.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically.
What you gotta do.
Where did that come from? Doing any kind of commentary. Who knows? Oh my gosh, we did it.
I would like to spin again.
What is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing either. He's heading towards another bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm gonna solve the puzzle!
All right, go ahead.
It's like you don't even want a gift!
He could have had first place. What did he do?
Hey, look, I win. What if? What if? Oh man. That's exciting. I don't know if I have to do that double back or not. And there's the end. Look at that. That's so good. I could probably do that. Super spicy. All right, let him go down. Might be a little bit too low. All right, that's looks good. I'm just gonna keep going right. There it is. All right. Okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle indeed. Okay, that is... Whoa! Oh! Oh! Oh, I see. Oh, I want a star. I want a star, and I want to stand on that. It has to be very fast. So I tested that to see what that looks like. This is an example of, with the big Dobbs logo. So it would go like, boom, 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 boom. The sound effect is actually not happening from the computer. Yeah, believe it or not, that's actually me making that noise with my throat. Boom. He's a holographic circle bird. There he is. You see here it says he can tickle and lifage. Oh, that's fancy.
It's a tickling circle bird.
French.
He must be a French bird.
French.
Good job. You've proven yourself worthy. Not what I wanted you to do. Here we go. All right. There we go. Simple as that. We're gonna spend all day trying to get this guy to do this. Nerds, we got it! We got it! Get cheesed, nerd! Ooh, okay. Good. There's nothing in the rulebook that says we have to remove the orb from his necklace. Just that it has to touch the, It's not the worst position.
Dobbs, look out!
No!
Oh, God!
Sorry. Sorry.
Hold on.
Hang on. I got it. Oh, wait, hang on.
Hold on.
There we go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Can you repair one?
What?
You cannot repair while you're in the boat. Oh, I guess you could get out, probably.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got a hole right here.
Let's get him push.
No, God! No! You're gonna kill me! I'm almost...
We are so back. I see everyone was very well behaved. Right. Sorry, had to help with bedtime stuff. She's injured. Let's throw some more of these around. just for fun. For when you first come in. Just some boxes. Oh, do not get the glitter out. Please. Please. Then you could get up here, which I don't want you doing. So maybe this makes more sense to have a tour. Couple of tours here. It's a whole thing. It sure is. What? Posey, what? Let's do it like that. Yep, that looks great. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this one breakable too. We can just really go nuts here. It gets everywhere forever. One of my very admirable personality traits. No, see, this won't work. Gotta bring these back over. But then we can have 2 more of these here. That's fine. Or even here, because you can see through them, which is fine. That's true. Hovercat is basically the one who handles the mess. Okay, so you're gonna get stuck here. And then we're gonna bust out the cinematic, like here-ish. I guess here-ish. It needs to be a smaller trigger. But where? Okay, so the idea is you're gonna have to go like around something so that you're coming in really, really close. But can't jump that high. Definitely can't jump that high. So I want to steer clear of that possibility. Love making bookmarks. Man. Everyone's just so in the know. Posey. Posey nosy. How did she get in there? Posey nosies. Impressive, really. See, now I need to move all these out more. Trigger needs to be pretty small. Maybe we go here. And then the walk target comes over here. So you walk to there. Pace, pace. And then we're just going to move the entire wall over. So you're just walking from there's just a platform for some reason up here. Sure. Why not? Why not just have a big old door up here? So that's screen's transition. Needs to line up properly. Looks good. And the back wall can be brought forth. We want to get that pretty well close to these boxes. That looks great. And then the pipe sets here. Get those into an interesting enough position. Love it. Okay, I think we're in good shape. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then let's put a breakable crate here and here. Can't put it up here. This is just to make sure that you recognize, hey, wait a second, these crates are different. That's interesting. That's noteworthy. Maybe I should consider trying to break one. Do I want to move this floor? Just so there's even less... No, floor's fine. Floor's fine there. Okay, yeah. I think this room might be good to go. All right, so you're gonna start. Well, ignore that. Start in here, like, oh, look at all these boxes. Ooh, boxes, and then boom, a wall. You cannot proceed. I think this is reasonable. This is a small enough area that you're not gonna get confused about where to go next. You gotta hop. You gotta do some hopping. And you cannot make that jump. Right? Please tell me you cannot make that jump and sequence break. Okay. And then it will give you the ability to smash boxes. You can even smash through these boxes if you want. Ooh, that got stuck. Ooh, that's getting stuck there. Oh, that's getting wonky. Okay, let's be careful with that. Maybe take those out. It's just fun. It's just fun to break boxes. Okay, and then this one's a walk-off. That's one jump. This one's just kind of like a, oh, don't go too far, or it's back to start. And then you're done. That's it. That's the whole room. That's very straightforward and easy. Easy game for babies. Let's replace this with a twofer, just to make it even more clear. And then it's like tempted to just put a do like this. And then maybe grab some 1 boxes here. Yeah. All right. I like it. I love it. It's wonderful. Move these here. They're probably in a different room somewhere. Almost certainly. I'm gonna move this trigger. I'm gonna make it wider because I can just imagine Germ Dove laughing maniacally as he manages to somehow eke out this jump that should be impossible and then skipping the trigger. Like, I don't know how, but he would find a way. It's like, if it's intentional, if it's like, I wouldn't mind as much someone who like intentionally like tries to break the game. It's like, guys, look, I found a way to skip this sequence, and then you don't get this necessary ability, so you're kind of screwed at that point. But isn't that neat? Versus someone who's like, I don't know where to go. Oh, you can make this jump. Okay, cool. Wait, why is the game broken now? I don't understand. Accidental sequence break is critical that never happens. Intentional sequence break, I'm more okay with. Speedrunner in me is cool with it. That said, we should probably do one last check towards the end to make sure that you do have the necessary ability to proceed. Like here. Boom. Cannot proceed unless or here. That seems good. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. There it is. Yeah. Incredible. Okay, so I need to make sure this scene is plugged in. I need to actually stop you from being able to spin before you have access to this. So yeah, we're gonna have to switch that ability on. That's got to be like a big game manager object thing, not just a state flag. There we go. So what does that look like in here? In our, it's a stat, right? Do I just have abilities? A list of abilities, maybe? Or do I have that as like a flag? Like an object of whether or not, yes, you have it, no, you don't have it. Or do I do an array? I'm worried about backwards compatibility on test saves, because that's going to be a major thing. The test saves, like I'm going to have a version of a save before I add some object to the state manager and after. And I need to make sure that when this re-imports, it doesn't do anything screwy. How does the save handler, handle stats. Okay, we just convert the JSON to integers. And so if you did not have the value at all, you would just not even have the key for it. So I guess that just means that whenever we're reading the value, we need to have a default value in mind of 0. So by default, you'd have gear spin set to 0. And then in player G, there's end start spinning. Where's start spinning? Is spin pressed? And game manager dot stats dot abilities dot get gear spin default value 0 equals 1. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, let's run this and confirm that I cannot do a gear spin. I cannot do a gear spin. Good. Okay, now in this cinematic, I need to set that state. Let's see here. What are different cinematic steps? Do I have a set? I have set state. Oh, thank you for the oranges. And the small corner of toast. All right, so what I would do is in our script in chapter 0 conversations, we will do game manager stats ability dot set gear spin equal to 1. That do it? Boom, it failed. Oh, there's no value set in dictionary. So you just do dot gear spin equals 1. Right? Is that it? Yeah, there we go. This is weird, right? Oh, you're stuck. You're not following me. Hey, you want to come with me? No? You don't want to follow me at all. So I need to change the follow target back to normal at the end of this. Partner, reassign follow target. Because she can't, her wandering around to do her little scouting out thing that she was doing in that cinematic, she normally cannot leave a certain radius of the player without teleporting back to the player. That's by design, but for cinematics, I have to make sure I turn off that flag and then turn it back on. I don't want... How does this happen? How does this get stuck like that? I don't want, start with 1. I should really have like a separate block of code for these things like special debug items and special flags set. Anyway, I don't want the default behavior to be that every cinematic allows her to move around on her own without following Dabble, because a lot of times I want her to go where he goes. That's the thing. Now look at that. You can get wedged, and then it sticks. Why does it stick? Which crate are you? Which crate are you? Breakable crate 10, huh? Breakable crate 10 is currently not falling. It's just trapped. Well, see, I can force it down, but that doesn't... That's weird. Hey, Day. Welcome in. Maybe if this was a bigger breakable crate. Then this would be simpler. Oh, that's gonna... okay. What do you not like? Oh, rigid body. Wait, you're not a rigid body, though. Are you? You are a rigid body, yeah. 3! That's half a 6. Let me scoot it out slightly. That might be what it is. Is it just getting stuck on the ledge there? It's so close. You never know. All right, boom. There's room 3. Done. A tutorial on how to spin gear. Oh, let's add... How do we do this? How do we do the hint controls? That's in UI Global. The hints. Control hints. You can add an item. Okay, so we would search for an example in the form of .hints. Add item, yeah, here we go. And then clear hints. Oh, here we go. This is what I need right here. Display hint control. And that is used in the charging room. It is a cinematic. Oh, heck yeah. When does it leave, though? I have to clean it up, don't I? Okay, that's super doable, though. That's super doable. Okay, so in our room, for our cinematic, add one last bit that says, we're gonna use the cancel action key. Don't worry about it. That's just what it is. Yeah, it's just the cancel button. Whatever. And we're gonna call it spin or gear spin. Okay. And then a separate cinematic for hide hint controls, which that just hides all hints, which is perfectly fine for what we're doing. So we need a new Node 3D clear hints. Add a cinematic trigger to clear hints, and that can just be once you get to the other side. Once you get to the other side of these boxes, then you've proven that you are in fact able to do it. So this is going to start that, which does hide hint controls. Okay, so let's run through this one yet again. Can I get there from room 2? Not realistically, but we'll do it anyway. You know that noise! That's the one! That's the one! Oh, you're gonna trigger this cinematic. Okay, so I need to specifically say that this trigger is repeatable. Okay, so let's load the room. Don't worry about there being 2 cats. Okay, so that was the first time, and then you come here. Okay, so this should add it to bottom. There it is, boom. Q, gear spin. So then you use it. Cool. This one is optional. This one is required.
Instructions on how to get through the hotel. Check out the enclosed
and then boom,
book.
It goes away because at that point it's like, all right, you got it. Good job, buddy. That's it. We did it. It works. Hooray! Okay. That's a wrap on that one. This room is fully functional and full of crates. People love it. And then that lets you move into room 4, which is, I don't know, should I perhaps encourage the player? A little bit here. Should I give them a little bit of a, hey, you should try your gear on that? You can't even see it as it stands. And that big open gap is not, whee! It's not super cool. Like, this does not stand out as is. Let's use a different style. Let's use the brass, or no, the copper, and see if that looks a little bit better. Well, that helps. I've got a light on it, but it's just not bright enough. Bring it closer in. Well, obviously that's not the spot. I feel like it needs something a little bit more grand here. Like almost a pedestal. Yeah. Let's see what that would look like. CSG cylinder. So let's make radius 1, height 0.25. Nice and circular. And yeah, why not? Let's just have a big old centered circle. What material does this use? I mean, that's certainly an interesting, you know, whatever we plop here, it's gonna have a interesting look. No. Absolutely not. No, not green. This provides good contrast, which is nice. Also, this can use collision. Let's see how that looks. The fog is not helping here. Like, it's cool to have like the foggy distant zone going on, but I think overall it's maybe not good right there. Yeah, clear it up a bit. Or alternatively, have a separate fog for down below. It's just lower. That second fog, bring that up higher. Make it compact, I guess. Make unique. And let's ramp up the density a bit. Well, can't even tell the difference. Does it not update live? Maybe it doesn't. Oh, nope, there it is. Just a lot. It's a lot lower than I would have expected. It just looks like a big bright fog. Can make it fade a bit more. Do we need a different color for it? Does this update in real time? It does. Okay, good. Darker? Much darker? No, darker does not help. I want this to be really... I don't know. I don't know what I want. Foggy. Like there it is, for sure, but now it's... Whoop, and now it's gone. Wait, it doesn't take much for it just to disappear completely. Oh, because it's sloped, isn't it? And I do have it tilted. Okay. Bring it up a bit. Up a bit, up a bit. Hey, hey. Barking dog. Hey. Okay, that at least wraps it around a bit better. So can we get away with going a little bit gentler now? Almost. That looks all right. And if I extend this out into the horizon, okay, just kind of tinker with this a bit more. That's weird. Rate by which the height-based fog... It's not height-based fog, is it? It is not. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. Well, that's pretty good. No, what I'm really after is this edge right here fading into the fog, and it's really hard to get that specifically. It's really hard to get that specifically. I guess that works. There we go. And there you go. That's it. Save changes. Okay. That's basically room 4 for the tutorial is, hey, you can use your gear on this stuff too. I wonder if I should add a breakable crate in here just to really sell. Like, hey, don't forget. Don't forget. Remember, you can use your gear. It is usable. You can use it. Is that visible from below? From any of these relevant camera angles? No, it's not. Is it too... Alright, here's the worry here. You latch into this, and then the camera, like, quickly pans out. You wouldn't really know what's going on there, would you? Like, if you don't already know about the gear mechanic. Also, what is the point of this giant gear? What is this supposed to be doing here? Bycat. All right, I think that's all right. I'm not that you attach into. I feel like there should be one other puzzle before that. That's like a little bit smaller scale and lets you actually see what's happening. It doesn't have to be major. Like, it could just be open a door with it. I'd like it to be more obvious, like this gear is turning this internal component that is making this happen. That would be very nice if we could get that to happen. Cozy being cozy. Oh, good. Yeah, I think we do need to... Alright, so tutorial 3 gets duplicated. Tutorial 4 gets renamed to tutorial 5. Because that's the one that's going to be like, oh, sense of scale. Like, oh, you can turn big things with this. How interesting. Neither of these are going to be puzzles, per se. It's just going to be, hey, you can interact with gears. Did you know? Okay, so we need to fix the level links between these rooms. Right zone is still good. That's going to the hub. Left zone is now going to tutorial room 4 here. Tutorial room 4, which is not going to have all these crates in it. The right exit zone is now going to tutorial room 5. And the left one is going to tutorial room 3. And 3 was already going to room 4. I assume. Yeah. But then the hub, this one right here, is now going to room 5. Not that I don't think you're ever going to get up here, but good to just have that as something available. All right. I don't think I need any cinematics for this room. Crates. Yeah, probably some crates. But overall, I want this to be a much smaller room. Also, the door can probably be brought down a bit. So let's see here. Node 3D. Gear set piece. Just to keep everything nice and organized. Let's use the same collision gear that we've been using in some other places, because it's just nice and easy. What would that get us if we spin this big gear? Also, let's make this bigger. Bigger. Like passage through it, like a tunnel that you can't normally get to. That seems a little bit odd. It'd be hard to get the hold of that scale. It's like, okay, great, it spins, but what do you do with that? Unless you attach things to it, and then it's like, didn't want things attached to it. I don't want it to be based on the motion, like of it actually having motion. I mean, it could just be in the wall, and it's actually just attached to some big seesaw sort of thing that you're controlling. Like that certainly would work. Right. Okay, CSG box. Why is it scaled this way? Get rid of this scale. Hey, okay. Hang on. Undo your scaling. Undo your rotating. Alright, perfect. Great. Alright, so now the CSG box. We're just going to pull it out a bit. And the idea is that it's just like a thin platform on here. It's like attached to the gear itself. Great. Okay, I'm down with that. Just a big old gear with a big platform on it, and you can spin it. And you just start it like this or something, and just let the player modify it. Yeah, give it a nice, you can spin around. Start it like this. merry-go-round. Well, that's much smaller than I expected. Also, I didn't turn collision on. Also, if it's... yeah. We'll want to make sure that that doesn't end up being a problem. We'll throw an invisible box around that or something. Put a grate over it. Okay, so this does need collision. And then just add some crates. A little bit of breakable crates because we got to remind the player. The player is quite forgetful, unfortunately. Okay, so that's our jump height. Let's remember that. That is our jump height. So with that being the case, we can scale this up a bit. Because we want them to have to get to here to get over the thing that they're trying to get over. Okay, but we need to be able to see the gear system and attach to it while this is going on, which is going to be somewhere out in front of it, I guess. So let's bring this one back. Let's line this up like here. We'll run some kind of little cylinder through the middle. Let's go ahead and bring this wall forward. No point in waiting on that. Cool. All of this gear set piece included. Ooh, no, sorry. This, and this can move over here to be a lot closer. We're gonna make this a fairly small room. Gear set piece. We're gonna add to that a CSG box. Featuring our favorite metal grate texture. And we're going to make it collisionable. And we're gonna box in this gear. Make sure we don't wind up with any silly collisions going on. Good. Okay, the actual collision gear. I want to give that a little bit more of a texture. What kind of texture? Not that one. That's all. That's absolutely not. Sure. This also needs a texture. That's fine, but it clips a bit, so we need to pull it out more. Also, this grate texture, I need that to not Ooh, I can't not make it centered, huh? Well, I guess it's just going to be centered on that, and that's fine. We need a couple cylinders to go along with this. So that's going to be separate. CSG cylinder. There's going to be 2 of these. One of them is just a fill. And the other one is like the metal core axis thingy. Actually, having it visible is not a bad idea. Kind of makes it more obvious that that's a spinning point here. Okay, good, good. Do I want this grate to... I think I do want this grate to be larger here. We're gonna spin this crate slightly just to give it a little bit of visual interest. All right, then we need the main attraction here, the gear spinner. Let's use copper mode here. Yeah, looks fine. We will give it animation. So basically, we want it to be like, oh, what is this? Let's try doing things with it, I guess. Change that to, let's add a CSG box onto it. Just a little holster. A little gearbox here. Panel for it to actually be stuck onto. Give it a good texture, nothing crazy. Is that not the one I wanted? There we go. Sure. That's fine for me. And then it's like, oh, what does this do? I don't know. I'm very interested now. I'm an interested player. Actually, 12 is probably fine. Got a core that no one's even going to see. And then we have to give it an animation player. This is the magic right here. This is the magic of the gear spinner. That goes to gear rotation. And that's on the Z-axis, 360 degrees. Base gear spinner, we say it does loop. It is cancelable. You can attach it from either side. And that's it. Let's, I guess, see what happens. Here we go. Okay, it's like, oh, interesting. I wonder what we do here. Oh, let's try this thing here. Okay. Adjust the speed of this the rotation scale. There we go. So this is nice and slow. It gives you the idea of like, oh, interesting. So I can turn things with my gear. I can get it just right. And then release. Oh, and look at that. Oh, the game is interesting. Oh, gosh. Who's here? Chip! Chip's here. What up, Chip? Welcome in. Big boy raid! You know what? It's going really good. Man, I love CSGs so much. I'm using them more than I should. We're working on tutorial stuff. So far, I've got my initial sort of just cinematic, like, oh, you're in a mysterious place. I'm setting the mood. Then tutorial room 2, we offer some simple jumping puzzles and your partner who is going to walk you through turn-based combat. Boom, and you get an item. It's not a heart, it just renders that way until the scene loads. And there's a very minor jumping puzzle, which is, can you jump on this static crate? Whoa. Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. I promise I'm not normally like this. And then I decided to lock an ability until you get to this part of the tutorial, which is the ability to spin gears and break things with the gear. Oh, is that gonna work? Is it gonna let me? Oh yeah, I've got it turned on right now, but like the ability to just smack through some of these crates. Can you tell which crates can be smacked? And then a jumping puzzle, because you gotta have jumping puzzles. I need the player to know how to jump by the end of this. Oh, I hit the trigger from up here because I want to make sure you're not sequence breaking. But anyway, yeah, jumping puzzle. And then one of the major mechanics of the game that's super important, which is using your gear to spin gears to make things happen in the world. This one's a little bit slow. I may speed this one up a little bit, but it's the first one, so I want it to be like, oh, I'm making the big gear spin. Whoa. And then you'll be all excited. That's the plan. And then boom. And then it's like, wow, I solved the puzzle. I'm a gamer. I'm some sort of gamer here. And then maybe players will be like, well, what can I get away with here? How crazy can I do? I should move this box. Is it possible to like get yourself stuck in a sliding state here? That would be awful if you got stuck in the tutorial. More tutorial stuff. I mean, I guess I probably shouldn't be spending this much time on the tutorial because my main target audience knows how this genre of game works. I guess not specifically the gear stuff. That is a little bit unique. There we go. That's gonna be better. Let's throw another box over here in the corner, just to give them a little something to look at. A little fancy box here. Like, wow. You know what? Let's angle this box slightly so it's askew. People love that. Also, I think it would be cool if there was more gear, more spinning gear happening here. I think that would be neat. All in favor? Hang on, I also need this cylinder right here. Okay, so I need this and this both duplicated and then both moving. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Incredible. Collision Gear 2 is now not fully online because I actually need to add it to the animation player that controls this mechanism. Plus 360 or minus 360? That is the question. Let's say minus 360. That's not what's supposed to happen. I need to move that outside of this spinning. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Okay, I need to just move it outside of that. Well, okay, because you see... Because you see... Z... Wait, it is the Z-axis. No, this one's X-axis, isn't it? Weird. Ship it. Yeah, let me just spin this. Yeah, okay, it's the X-axis. My eye is watering now because that was so dumb. Dang it, they're spinning the same way. Great. Okay, cool. Why is there a second gear there? Looks cool. Get some. Jeez. Oh. I've been staring at the screen too long. That's my problem. All right, there you go. Boom. Oh, see, you don't even need the crate there if you're a gamer. Oh, poor cat. Oh gosh, there goes me. Okay, so that's the intended solution there. And then that's way too big of a room. Once you do that, we're done. We're done with this area. Where's the door? Where's the door? So we need the right exit and the right screen transition to plop right there. Plop. Very nice. So this trim is too much. There we go. I don't know why I'm bothered. I think it just looks nice that way. All right, a little room, just a little room to get you into the swing of things. You're a platformer puzzle game. There you go. Well, this isn't a platformer. Weirdly enough, as much as I'm doing a bunch of platforming stuff tonight, this is a turn-based RPG. Ain't that something? All right, adjust our dynamic camera boundaries here. All right, there you go. Tutorial room 4, done. The easiest tutorial room. One jump. Maybe 2. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. And you go in here, and then again, a little box here to remind, oh, I probably should not have the box there with this big. Okay, and then this is like, hey, what is this one gonna do? And try to like, whoa, big gear. I can move big thing with gear. And then you release. Actually, not a lot. There are going to be some gimmick fights that use that mechanic a little bit more of like moving the world. But for the most part, it's very much, if you can believe this, hold on to your hats, very much Paper Mario. All right, how's this gonna look? Behold, Blender default cube. This animation is a work in progress. I need more focal points for the camera to stare at. That needs to be higher so you can see the cityscape a bit more. And then that snap is awful. And then that's going to be the end of the tour. This is where the game lets you go. Ads. Look at these fine fellows here. Okay. So... yeah. Okay. So, is that it? Rooms 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Check the to-do list. Check the to-do list. Done. Battle tutorial, done. Gear tutorial, done. Outside hub, not done. Outside, well, yeah, no, it is done. That area is done. There's nothing to it, really. Unfortunately so, Day. Unfortunately so. Okay. This is the closest we've ever been to having the prologue finished up. Yeah, it's gonna have to do like a quick little zip around, like whoa, and then a backwards zip to get up through the gear, and then whoa, and then it's got to zip back. It's gonna break through a wall to snap back to where you're standing over here, and then I just let you loose to talk to people and interact with the game world and explore and see like what's in here, what's in there. I'm gonna talk to people. I'm going to interface with the RPG. There's a some sort of what people might call there's a video game happening. I'm going to interact with it. I'm going to go explore the world and talk to characters and wonder about this mysterious treasure chest up here. And like, what is this? What is that? What are these? Boy, we have so much left to do in here. This isn't even done over here. Like, this area is so empty right now. But we got that shader working, which is like a step in the right direction for the triplanar shader. Because we can do this stuff without having to like break out Blender or do really fiddly junk. Okay. 9:07. Do we have time to get into another thing? Okay. I need at least one new enemy. And I think we're going to use our good friend, the Cave Mite, as a basis. Because this guy is like really modular. And I think we're gonna make like a Gear Mite. So it's just gonna be the same little guy under a thing, but he's gonna be using like a broken gear as a base, and he's not gonna have the normal high defense that he has. And he's gonna have we're gonna give him a really straightforward attack. I just remembered a problem. Music, I need to fix music cues. I've been doing this whole thing on mute a lot because I just like to listen to other music and not have the game audio start and stop and start and stop. And as a result, though, a lot of the music cues are not working properly, and I've never even noticed. A bucket. I could vaguely see a bucket being back there. So the important thing is that it's not a robot. That's pretty much priority one. The enemy, the tutorial zone enemy, is not a robot. I don't want it to be a pig, like we've got in our normal like greens grassy zone, because that'd just be out of place. How did a pig get down here into this like industrial warehouse, and he's still looking so happy and healthy? So pig is out. So these guys, these little bug guys, would be great. Maybe we'll think about some other enemies. If we could just get one enemy type to start with, that's a good setup. That gets us in the right direction. I think in Thousand Year Door, they throw a tutorial fight against a Goomba, Paragoomba, and Spiky Goomba at you that's unavoidable. And then there's like 2 or 3 more enemies after that you might have to fight, but you can avoid them. Yeah, that's the idea with the might. That's their MO. So we might get definitely a variant of this enemy who's going to be easier because he doesn't have any defense. And then maybe something else, but I don't know what else we would do. Not another cave might. If we're going to do a variant of this guy, we're only going to do one additional one, because otherwise it gets ridiculous to just see every enemy is just this enemy. So we do need to get a new enemy, and then the next piece is we have 2 infrastructure zones back here that we did ages ago, but do not look very nice, in my opinion. All this red lighting is not cool for a starting zone. It's got actual moving platforms, which shouldn't be happening in the city. The city should be basically dead. There shouldn't be movement happening unless you initiate it. So yeah, we're gonna, like, this moves up and down, which it shouldn't, but we could let the player use some gears to make it move. Maybe like a timing puzzle of you have to use the gear to get it spun up, and then it'll kind of just go on its own for a while. I don't know. Like, you turn it on, but then when you leave the room, it's off again. So yeah, we'll make this a little bit prettier. I think using the same backdrop as before would be good. Like this looks pretty nice for this zone. Maybe we'll do like a slightly different color variant of it though, like with a different backdrop color instead of that bluish green, just to differentiate the tutorial zone from the next area. Make it more of an orange color, perhaps, like a brownish orange. Different size gears for different speed. Typically, it's going to be at the player's discretion on how fast to spin the gear. It's typically not something you have to rush into doing. Sometimes it's about just like, okay, I got to get this just right about there. That looks good. But it's effectively like just flipping a switch, but more of an analog. Like, you've got finer control over, well, I'm going to flip this switch 30%. That looks good. So for some of the puzzles, thank you for the lizards. Some of the puzzles are going to be about figuring out the right combination of things. Like I need this one on, this one off, and this one on. Boom, now everything's facing the right direction. I can proceed. Whereas other puzzles are, here's 360 degrees of movement. You figure out, what is going to look right. Like what gets you the result you want to see, such as in this room here with the big broken gear bridge. So it's like, okay, you got to line this up. And there's it's not just like one perfect solution. You can spin it one way, you can spin it the other way. I set it up so that there's actually one extra tab than you need. Pick up drop gears in the world? Not typically. No. Well, actually, there is a key item that is a gear that you're using to repair one thing, but I'm not making that like the focus of the puzzle in any way. Of like, oh, you gotta place these gears in the right spots to make things happen. For the most part, the interaction for field puzzle elements mostly just amounts to finding what things you can interact with and figuring out, how much to rotate that particular gear or something like that. There's going to be some later elements that I've only barely started programming that add more of a platforming element to spinning the gear, which is, if you ever played Twilight Princess, they had an item called the Spinner, which was kind of like a gear / Beyblade that you rode on. But all throughout Hyrule in that Zelda game, there were tracks along walls where it could sort of latch into and then grind along the wall. Really silly for a Zelda game, but fun. There's going to be vertical versions of that. Hey, V, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. We're probably going to be wrapping up very shortly. We're getting close to the end of my stream time. But we've just been working on tutorial rooms today before dropping the player off in the main hub and just telling them to go nuts. No, so the idea is there will be tracks going vertically along the walls, possibly in, weird snaking paths. Totally understand. Oh yeah, have it raid D for a bit. We'll definitely send the party over her way. D's fun. Very good at the video games. Where is she? She's normally. Hello? I'll find her. Yeah. So the idea with that is you'll sort of latch in to the. There you go. Mute that tab for later. You'll latch into the wall and then sort of like instead of moving this object with your gear, you move yourself up and down the wall by spinning your gear. And then later I'm going to further increment on that with an ability to sort of like pop from the wall with momentum, so that you can sort of go back and forth between two parallel tracks, which admittedly is very silly and over the top, and that's almost out of place for an RPG where most of your challenge is supposed to be combat. The general aim, I think, is we're going to hit about 30% combat, 30% field exploration / puzzles, and 30% NPC talking, conversation, cinematic stuff. And I don't know, 10% is other. Yeah. You know what? Mario Odyssey is actually something that came to mind when I was envisioning like bouncing off of one gear track and attaching to another. there's that one segment towards one of the last areas, like one of the like post-game challenges, where you capture Yoshi and you use him on these 2 vertical conveyor belts. And it's like you stick to one wall and then you wait as the conveyor belt carries you up, and then you jump and stick to the other wall, and then vice versa to avoid the oncoming obstacles. That exact section was something I had in mind when kind of like, you know, just noodling around with this idea. I think that would be really fun and could do some really silly stuff. But I really like the idea that by using Path 3D in this, if I can figure out a way to make the actual sprites like sink in properly, you can do like twisting of the tracks. So you could do like tracks that are spiraling up or going in loops or all kinds of crazy stuff. And then you wind up with this almost Sonic Adventure grind rail stuff for no good reason. I'll have to see how it works out with the control scheme, because currently to spin the gear, if you're playing on controller, you actually rotate the controller to rotate your gear. It's not one-to-one. The game's just detecting, hey, have you been rotating the controller? If so, full speed ahead. So it's a little silly, but I think it might work. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it and see what happens. I'm hoping to have a public demo by the end of summer, which is fast approaching. Fingers crossed. All right, guys, let's go on a raid. Let's go visit D, good friend of the stream. This was productive. Tutorial, five rooms. One of them is just for show and doesn't do anything, doesn't teach you anything. But boom, we got all our mechanics covered, and then we drop the player off in the hub, and that means that next we're gonna have to start working on the hub again. Before we start getting to work on the hub, I want to do a little bit of a facelift on this room and the other back zone, this room. Mostly just give them a little bit more sense of place. They're very plain right now. Like, they've got a handful of little bits of stuff, but not much. It's very bland. I think some big holes in the wall would be nice. Some trim and stuff. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll do a new enemy. We'll draw it. We'll code in the moves. Do the whole works. And I'll show off my enemy system if anybody's interested in that. That will be most likely Monday. I'll have a Sunday stream, but we'll just be doing a little chill stream on Sunday and then back to dev on Monday. Everybody, have a good night. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.